Welcome to Ask Rip. Our favorite part of the week is answering questions from you. Tonight, we've got a little deal we're going to do with a question from our internet buddy, Milo Yiannopoulos. Milo is a gay conservative guy from London. He's a friend of a friend, and so I regard him as a friend of mine as well. Milo was recently de-verified by Twitter. And now this is apparently a big deal. Apparently, Twitter verification is a status that's given to you by Twitter. You can't request it. Twitter verifies accounts with high traffic rates, and they certify, apparently, that the person holding the account is, in fact, the person in question. And I don't believe for a second that anyone at Twitter is worried about Milo's @Nero account being somehow suddenly taken over by an imposter. I think that probably what happens is that since Milo is both conservative and gay, this is too much for people at Twitter to process. And as a result, they have de-verified his account so that he'll go down in the rankings. Well, I think that's bullshit myself. And as a result, we wish Milo the best, and we're going to answer a question that he posted last week that got forwarded to us. I've been in contact with him, and he's asked us to, yes, please answer this question. It's very interesting, and I did a little research on this as a result of this question. And his question reads as follows: is there research that's showing a link between victimhood, grievance culture, progressivism generally, and low testosterone levels? What an excellent question. The only thing I don't believe that there is any specific research linking these present odd new types of sociology with testosterone levels, and I doubt very seriously that such research could be performed in today's academic climate. All we can do is look at all of the previous research that's been done with respect to testosterone levels in sociology and make some inferences. So what we see when we look at the effects of testosterone levels is that behavior is not really related to testosterone levels in pre-adolescent or adolescent males. The effects of testosterone generally have to do with the reorganization of the physiology. Testosterone has profound effects on sexual differences in men and women. And we've previously discussed the effects of testosterone, the chronic and the acute effects of testosterone in motor unit recruitment in articles and some other stuff that we've done on this board. It appears as though early exposure in utero and shortly postpartum in human males is responsible for laying down architecture that will be activated during puberty later on, receptor site structures and these sort of things, in addition to secondary sexual characteristics and their precursors. These things are the role of testosterone early in human life. These things go largely dormant until puberty, and at that point, the role of testosterone appears to be primarily that of reorganizing physiology and is responsible in men from moving boys from Tanner stage 1 through to the complete Tanner stage 5. In terms of behavior, the effects appear to be minimal. But in adult males, the situation is completely different. In adult males, higher levels of testosterone are associated with greater levels of aggression and dominance, and lower levels of testosterone are associated with lower levels of aggression and dominance, essentially retreat and submission. Now, the relationship between testosterone levels in this behavior is rather fuzzy. The correlations are there. There are firm correlations that have been established for dozens and dozens of studies relating testosterone levels to behavior. And dozens of studies have shown over and over again that higher levels of testosterone are associated with aggression and dominance, aggression being the physical expression of dominance, and the term dominance is referred to as the non-physical establishment of hierarchy. And retreat and submission are likewise the physical and non-physical demonstrations of this social organization. The presence of high levels of testosterone is both caused by, as it appears from the research, caused by and the cause of dominance and aggression. And the low levels of testosterone are both caused by and the cause of lower levels of dominance and aggression, the term retreat and submission. And as a result, the relationship can kind of go both ways. There are feedback loops that affect this type of behavior. In other words, a successful dominance display raises testosterone. Elevated testosterone levels are likely to precipitate subsequent dominance, successful dominance displays, and so forth. So the loop feeds back on itself, and it works in both directions. So with this in mind, what can we say, or what can we infer between victimhood, grievance culture, and progressivism generally, and low testosterone levels? Well, once again, in the absence of any concrete studies, I think that we have to just speculate. And my speculation would be that victimhood and grievance are perfect synonyms for submission and retreat. And that what has happened recently in the development of the sociology of victimhood, grievance culture, and progressivism is that what we have done is figured out finally a way as a society to make it okay to have low testosterone levels. And I think that is the functional justification for the acceptance in many parts of society of these types of behavior. They're not strictly biologically successful. They are generally selected out of an active, physical, dominant retreat type culture where these kinds of dynamics are free to play back and forth. But in a highly structured, law-abiding, socially controlled environment such as we find ourselves in today, high levels of testosterone are often associated with antisocial types of behavior. And high levels of socialization are prized nowadays. And I think that Milo's question is right on point here. My speculation would be that not only are lower testosterone levels associated with the victimhood, grievance culture, and progressivism generally, I would say that the acceptance of this type of behavior is a way to both reward low levels of testosterone and to encourage low levels of testosterone. Now, whether you like that or not is up to you. But thanks for joining us.